Hey guys, it's Dave with the Everyday Relationship. And today I'm going to be talking about how to heal yourself by becoming more like your partner. So, in many issues in a relationship, the partners are complementary. You have someone who's very neat and tidy, and another person who's very messy. Someone who can be, well, this changes, but someone who's very loud, someone who's very quiet. Someone who has a big fear of rejection and someone who has a big fear of being attacked. Those are complementary. And of course, it varies with every individual issue, which partner is the more intense of the issue. But for each issue, one partner will be more and the other will be less in some way. And it's complementary. And the reason we develop for any particular thing, the reason why one person might become very tidy and another person might become messy is they were both wounded in the same way, which is some organizational whatever. I don't know what it is, but one person decided to grow this defense of being very organized and neat. And the other person grew the defense of not caring, not looking, not cleaning up. So there's strength in each of those, right? And that's why those people would be attracted to each other. Because if I'm very messy, I see my partner's organizational skills, and I'm like, that's really great. They can do so much. They're so strong in that way. And the other person will say, wow, they are so, they're so messy, but they're so relaxed and comfortable with themselves, and comfortable in, any environment. So those are the strengths. But then there's also the weaknesses, which we then hate the partner for having, right? Why do you clean up so often? Because, why don't you just relax a little bit? Why are you so uptight about cleaning? And the other person says, why do you not care at all? Why don't you care about it a little bit more? Why don't you be more organized with your life? Right? So there's both strengths and weaknesses in these things. And basically, both partners are too extreme for their own good. They're defenses, and that's why they're extreme. And what ideally we want to get, both partners want to get closer to the middle so that, so it's more reasonable, although that's kind of the wrong word, but like the person who's very messy will probably have an easier time in their life if they're a little bit more organized and cleaner. And the person who's very organized will probably have an easier and more comfortable and happier time being a little more relaxed, right? So they both want to get here. And the way that we do that is by becoming like the other person. And that's very difficult, right? But taking in what their feelings are, how they do things, trying to learn from them, basically. And being a model for them as well in your strengths, right? So you have your strengths in this issue. The messy person has their strengths of being relaxed. And modeling that relaxedness in a strong way will help the partner, and also going out of your way to try to be more like them, try to act more like them, and see how that feels. Now here is where it gets interesting, which is the backfiring effect. I might have to do a whole other video on the backfiring effect, but basically what it is that anytime an individual tries to make a change in their life, there's a part of you that resists that change. And any progress toward the change backfires because of that other part that doesn't want to change. So let's say I'm very messy, I want to be more organized. So I start consciously planning things out more, or writing things down more, or cleaning up more often. And then eventually, and I feel good, it's like maybe a couple weeks, this good progress, wow, I'm feeling really good. And then eventually I can't do it anymore. I get sucked into like an even more extreme messiness. And this is the backfiring. And then in that moment, because the part of me that is resistant to that change is taking over. It's saying, no, we're not becoming more clean. I am messy for a reason, to protect myself, and I'm going to hold to that because that's what I need. And then we're going to get thrown into like an extreme messiness again. And how do we deal with that? Either we judge ourselves. Wow, I really am a shitty person. I can't believe I'm so messy, and I can't do anything right. I can't even make a change in my life that I want to make. It's kind of, even a small change. So that's judgment, and that leads to shutting down, not thinking about the progress, not thinking about the process, and not trying to get back on the horse. Another way is to observe the backfiring. It helps to know backfiring. It helps to be aware that this happens, and you can say, I have backfired. I'm in a backfiring moment right now, and that actually means that I've already made progress. And I know that because otherwise this resistant part of me wouldn't be triggered. It's triggered because I already made progress. So actually, let me relax. Let me just take a moment and say I've done a good job, and let just whatever comes up, let it come up. So, and those increments of progress backfiring, there's an interplay that if you're aware enough, you can kind of go with it and say this is a backfiring, and let me relax now and give myself some more room to let that adjustment happen. And yeah, and I guess that's basically it. I just wanted to maybe bring up the backfiring effect. But yeah, the main point is we want to get towards our partner, and that will help heal us. That will make us more whole and happier and stronger. So I hope that helps. I'll talk to you next time.